All I have to do is drink maple syrup, lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and water.
Oh no, Kelly, no.
Well, I hope you're still committed because I'm pregnant.
I'm back with more Kati Reacts, my series where I provide commentary on questionable scenes from a therapist's perspective. Now, I'm not playing therapist here, I just happen to be a therapist who has a lot of opinions about television shows. And before we get into it, leave a comment with what show you want me to do next. This episode, I am reacting to my favorite show, The Office. You have to know that I couldn't do another React video without doing one on The Office, so let's just get right into it because the show never fails to make me laugh, and Michael, and honestly every other character, especially Creed, is always inappropriate and incorrect. Okay, let's get into that first clip.
I'm going to give you a little blast from the past of Michael Gary Scott when he was a child star, and a show that you might remember called Fundle Bundle. Okay, without further ado, Ryan?
So this scene comes out of the episode Take Your Daughter to Work Day, where everybody brings their kids to work, and Michael's about to show a clip of him on TV, one of his big moments as a kid when he was on this TV show called Fundle Bundle. Let's watch.
That is Miss Trudy. Can't tell from her costume, but she had an amazing body. Okay, you can...
Wow, Michael.
Want you...
Is that a real functioning windmill?
Stop!
So, what's
That's
your
me.
name?
That's me.
What's your favorite subject in school?
Recess.
Recess. So, tell me, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be married and have 100 kids so I can have 100 friends and no one can say no to being my friend.
It's even so sad for the little character.
Oh, okay, well, nice talking with you, Michael. Back to you, Miss Trudy.
Clearly, even as a kid, Michael had some difficulties, right? His, what do you want to be when you grow up? A lot of kids say they want to be, I don't even know. Me as a kid, when I looked in my diary, this is kind of funny and also bizarre because I was definitely like a very grown-up kid. But I always said I wanted to be a lawyer and live in a big city because I grew up in a really small town. So kids have these funny dreams. I want to be an Olympic athlete, or I want to be a fireman, or I want to be, the president of the United States. Kids usually say stuff like that, but Michael says he wants to be married and have 100 kids so he can have 100 friends. I mean, clearly he was really lonely. It makes you feel really bad for Michael, but it's funny because it's The Office. But my favorite was just that little character that's like, it's like a puppet. It doesn't even know what to say after he gives that response. It kills me every time.
Hey, guys, listen up. Michael is up on the roof and acting strange.
This next clip is from the episode about safety training, where if you don't remember, if you haven't watched The Office, Michael essentially feels that his safety training isn't as intense as the warehouse. I mean, obviously they're in a warehouse and they're in the office. However, because of that, he feels like he needs more demonstrations, right? Pam makes a comment about how Daryl's was more hardcore because he had props and things that he could use to talk about the safety training and the importance and the safety and security. And so Michael decides to talk about depression and suicide and how dangerous it is, but obviously does it in a Michael way. Let's watch.
Whoa, what's the situation?
Unshun. I think he's suffering from depression. Reshun.
Okay, when's the shunning thing gonna end?
Unshun. Never. Reshun. I think he wants you all to come out to the parking lot and watch him die.
Is it nice outside?
Let's go! Come on, hurry up, you guys!
My life.
Oh, my life! Michael, what's wrong? Everything's wrong!
Dwight always puts up with everything and answers people's questions. It's what makes him so hilarious.
Depression! Depression? Isn't that just a fancy word for feeling bummed out? Dwight,
I like the air quotes. Bummed out.
Depression is a very serious illness. Over 32,000 people commit suicide every year, according to a 2004 study.
Is that the last year that data was available?
Yes. My head is in such pain and turmoil.
Don't do anything rash.
Dwight, where are the warehouse guys?
I think he's Brake's character.
I didn't think you needed him for this part.
Okay.
You said to just...
That's the whole point, dummy.
Okay, I'm on. Okay?
He's always so mean to Dwight when he does all this random work for him.
What are the odds that this is in any way real?
I'd say like 10,000 to 1.
Okay, I'd like $10 on those odds. If someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything, you take it.
Thanks, Kevin, for the advice.
If John Mellencamp ever wins an Oscar, I am going to be a very rich dude.
Okay, first of all, there's so much wrong with this, obviously. Making light of depression and suicide in such a way to what Michael's really doing, I think, is kind of trying to gather attention or worry or prove that his office life is actually extremely dangerous, because that's kind of what this whole episode was about, was the fact that the people who work in the warehouse have that baler, which could crush a car engine, I think they said.
Baylor, I hardly know her.
Damn it, Michael. Pay attention, man.
And then, they go up to the office and Toby is doing their safety training for the office workers. And Daryl says, you have a cushy office life. It's like not as difficult. It's not anything, like we're dealing with down in the warehouse. And so Michael's trying to prove that because they can get seasonal depression, that's more dangerous, which, I get it. It's just obviously not done appropriately. If you or anyone you know is feeling depressed or suicidal, please reach out for professional help. Doing demonstrations like this, not necessary. Also super dangerous, and for those of us suffering from depression, suicide, or any mental illness can find it offensive. So don't be Michael. Instead, reach out and talk to a professional.
Hey, Ryan.
Hold on one sec.
Hey, Pam, it's great to see you. Is Michael in?
Hey! Yeah. There he is!
Okay, the next scene we're going to watch is from the episode entitled Dunder Mifflin Infinity.
Dunder Mifflin Infinity represents a floor-to-ceiling streamlining of our business model.
If you don't know the whole storyline, Ryan, who used to work in the office, gets a promotion and goes up to corporate and creates this new website where people can order paper. It's a big deal. Everybody's excited. Kelly's excited that Ryan is back in town because they used to have a relationship, and she's wanting to get that relationship back.
Kelly Kapoor.
Can we speak privately about our relationship?
Thank you, everybody.
So let's check out how she's going to do that.
I want you to tell me that you care about me. That is what I want.
Kelly,
you're so desperate.
You can't keep talking to me like I'm your boyfriend.
Oh, big, strong man, fancy new whatever. I don't think you ever cared about me.
I never cared about you. 6 months ago, Karen Filippelli sent me an email, asked me out. I said no because I was committed to our relationship.
Why are you lying, Ryan? That didn't happen.
Well, I hope you're still committed because I'm pregnant. And guess what, buddy? I am keeping it.
Okay.
Do you feel prepared to help me raise a baby?
We can't talk about this right now, okay?
Oh my God, the panic.
After work, we'll go out to dinner. We'll talk about it then, okay?
We have a date.
Okay, obviously there's a ton to talk about with Kelly Kapoor because she's so manipulative and she knows how to get attention and to get the date with Brian, even though it's only because she said she was pregnant and she's really not and she's lying. And man, clearly, I'm sure all of you know, that's not a healthy way to have a relationship. But I think we could all argue that Ryan and Kelly's relationship was never healthy. It's always like full of lies, manipulation. And he only wants her when he can't have her. Like when she's happy with Daryl, then he wants her back. So anyway, I just had to show this because first of all, never lie to someone about being pregnant when you're not. And don't use that as a way to get attention. Instead, communicate clearly about how you care for them, why you want to date them, or ask, she could have asked him out to dinner. Can we go out to dinner? I'd love to catch up with you. Ryan loves attention too, so I'm sure he would have said yes. Okay, this next episode is my favorite episode of the entire series of The Office.
Here's to good friends.
Cheers.
Remember my old assistant Hunter? He is an excellent songwriter. Wait till you hear this.
You'll never guess, I just got a message from my landlord. Apparently my apartment flooded. Something with the sprinkler.
Oh, no.
Pam, we should probably get going and see the damage.
Oh, okay.
Well, you don't need two of you to do that.
That's true. Dinner sounded delicious. Pam, I'll see you at home. Thank you so much. It was a great night.
Jim, I don't think you're going to abandon this party here all by itself.
I don't know, because everything I own is there.
You can buy new stuff, but you can't buy a new party.
And if you guessed that it was the dinner party, ding, 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 you are correct. Now, in this clip, we're going to see Jan and Michael showing the people who are coming over to the dinner party, which is Jim and Pam so far. They're giving them a tour of the condo, and they're showing them their bedroom, and I won't get into too much other than that, but we're going to see some of the issues that they already have in their relationship, which is what makes the dinner party just such a great episode. Okay.
So this is the master bedroom, and these walls, they used to be like
white, like an asylum. So I wanted it to be softer. So
Jan, they're still white.
Eggshell white.
Guess
Just
what?
tell you.
White and eggshell white are exactly the same color.
I agree.
Babe,
Exactly.
I thought you said that you were going to tidy things up.
Well,
Shame on you.
They're so
thanks. That's
awkward.
my bed. Jen has some space issues, so I curl up on that puppy.
Really? Because seems pretty narrow and short.
It's actually a lot bigger than it seems.
I agree, Jim.
Look at that.
It is very narrow and short.
See? He fits perfectly.
If he doesn't move. There's so many reasons to find Michael and Jan's relationship awkward, toxic, super unhealthy. But that, I mean, first of all, they clearly filmed themselves having sex, right? They had that huge tripod with a... I mean, okay, if that's your shtick, hey, no judgments. But you don't want to bring people into your bedroom and show them that. That's weird, right? I think a little inappropriate. And then the fact that she has space issues, moved in with Michael, and forces him, and within his own home, to sleep on that tiny bench. And then if you haven't watched the rest of this episode, you don't know, but I'll tell you, there are 2 other rooms in his condo, and they're being used as her office and then her workspace. So she has 2 different, the workspace is where I think she makes those candles. Anyway, neither of those places have another bed where he could sleep like a normal person versus being crouched up. It's honestly really sad that he even puts up with it. And he's like, see, I fit perfectly, like plops down to demonstrate. It's really sad. But you know, it's The Office, so you gotta laugh because these are characters, not real life people. But hey, if someone is pushing you around and they're trying to tell you that you know, they have space issues and you can't sleep in the same bed with them, I think a nice compromise would be have another bed in another room where you can sleep. Because even my friend Chelsea Fagan from the Financial Diet, she talks all the time about how she and her husband sleep in different beds in different rooms because she has trouble sleeping with anybody else. Like it wakes her up and she doesn't get enough sleep, and I think that's totally fine. But we have to communicate with our partners and we have to compromise. We can't always be the one that gets our way. So in this instance, it's like Jan always gets her way and Michael's stuck on the tiny bench.
Thanks for watching. As you know, this is my favorite show, so stay tuned for part 2 where I'll be reacting to more scenes from The Office.
I just bought some bikinis online, size 2, so...
Gonna look amazing.